Earlier this month, 41-year-old Prince Karim al-Husseini Aga Khan, spiritual leader of 20 million Ismaili Muslims, began his first official tour of Canada. He and his British-born wife hosted a glittering regal dinner for 700 hand-picked dignitaries and BC Ismailis. It was a way of presenting himself to Canadian society to let us know who he is. While he was here, BC's 10,000 Ismailis had the opportunity to meet their spiritual leader at the Pacific National Exhibition. It was a great honor for them because the beliefs and opinions of this man, the 49th direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, shapes their lives. Ismailis are devoted to their religion, but also believe that they should be successful in material things. Thus, the fabulous wealth and glamorous lifestyle of the Aga Khan family is not resented by Ismaili followers. The Aga Khan has vast interests in tourism and the promotion of industry in developing nations. A major company is called IPS, with divisions in Europe and Africa. Salim Jiwa, a devout Ismaili, is a journalist for a local newspaper. Salim talked to one of the Aga Khan's executives who was here during the Vancouver visit.
Dr. Hengel told me that no decisions had been made yet, no firm decisions had been made yet, but it looks like it's very likely that IPS will come to Canada, and this would mean substantial foreign investments for this country.
The Aga Khan's uncle is Prince Sadruddin, pictured here at his first marriage. Prince Sadruddin Aga Khan is 45 years old. He was the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and is now the UN's Special Envoy in Lebanon, trying to bring peace between the warring Christians and Muslims. Prince Sadruddin has also been attracted by the Canadian West, in British Columbia. The Gulf Islands and the Sunshine Coast are among the most beautiful recreational areas to be found anywhere, and they offer something that many other holiday spots do not: seclusion and privacy. Prince Sadruddin bought himself a hideaway. He owns 2 islands and some mainland property for access. The prince, his wife, and 2 stepsons have only been to this Sunshine Coast hideaway a few times. 2 years ago, they were all here for 8 days. When they do visit, it's done quietly. The family despises publicity. When they're here, they enjoy all the outdoorsy things, just like everyone else. Apparently, the prince and his wife love to feed the mink and otter. We won't tell you exactly where the land is because we respect that privacy. But the story of how Prince Sadruddin found it is quite intriguing. It has all the elements of what it's like to spend several hundreds of thousands of dollars without blinking an eye. It all started 3 years ago. The first purchase was this 26-acre island. There's nothing on it now, but no trespassing signs. But the prince plans to build 4 houses for family and friends. He also bought 3 acres on the mainland, and shortly after, a dock ramp was built. A year later, he bought the 8-acre island close by with the beautiful coast-style house. This is Mervyn Boucher, a Vancouver lawyer. He sold the larger island and the mainland property to Prince Sadruddin. At the time, he had no idea who wanted to buy his land, and he didn't particularly want to sell.
I had bought it back in 1961 with the idea of building my retirement home on it and living in the area. I enjoy fishing, and it was an excellent fishing area.
Well, the price must have been right to make you sell your land.
Well, I wasn't very interested in selling, but the Aga Khan is a hard bargainer, drives a hard bargain, but we eventually reached an agreeable price.
A hard bargainer, maybe, but to the prince, it was peanuts. It was a cash deal. $325,000 for the island, $65,000 for the 3 acres on the mainland. The smaller island and the house were sold a year later by Ray Arnott, who now lives in Seattle. He was approached the same way. He had no idea who paid him $386,260 cash for his land. In all, Prince Sadruddin paid $776,260 for his hideaway, well above market value according to some Gulf Island real estate agents. A local caretaker is needed to patrol the land and the house. He checks it every day. Sometimes boats full of curiosity seekers cruise around the property, hoping for a glimpse of the famous residence. And there's been a number of break-ins at the house. Recently, the prince dropped in for half a day and gave the caretaker a $600 watch for taking such good care of his place. Local residents are aware of their new neighbors, but few people have ever seen them.
Well, it's fairly common knowledge that it's the Aga Khan has bought property up here. I haven't actually seen him myself, but I think a few people have.
Just seem to zip in and out at their own, speed, and nobody seems to know that they're here until they've been and gone.
Who buys their food for them?
They must bring it in with them, either that or the caretakers have come in once and said they were getting some stuff for them.
But all in all, the island retreat is serving its purpose, and no doubt it will be used more often if and when the Aga Khans extend their empire to Canada.
So many styles.